I moved to Toronto at the end of August, and when I came here I was designing urban studies classes, and I knew that I wanted to do a community engaged course, not just classes that take place in the university classroom. So I started doing research about really great youth media organizations in Toronto, and I learned about Regent Park Focus. And I contacted Adonis and I made a pitch and I said, how would you feel about collaborating with me to teach a university course about Regent Park, in which it's not just university students, but it's also young people that are part of Regent Park Focus. And the sort of idea behind that is to learn from the lived experiences and local knowledge of the young people that live in Regent Park.
We made a timeline that is chronicling Samira's life. It's based off of Samira's life and what her experience has been in relationship to places in Regent Park, like her life in relation to spaces and places in Regent Park. So we wanted to share her story as well as include different voices as well. So talking about news media, academic literature, film, and the voices of other people who are here viewing our project.
And so in this project, what we're essentially doing is university students get to work with Regent Park youths, and we come together to create some sort of project about Regent Park. Our video is about public spaces in Regent Park, specifically sort of access to public spaces. We bonded over the fact that we had a lot of issues with the aquatic center and Regent Park residents not really being able to access it. And so using that as a starting point, we sort of built upon that, looked at how access to public space is affected in different of these facilities and spaces, and how we can learn from these issues. We also made it in the form of an infomercial to kind of make it funny and entertaining, so yeah, it's all good.
We wanted to talk about how Regent Park is remembered and who gets to dictate what gets remembered. So a lot of times who gets remembered and what does is people in power, and not usually the people in the community, and especially in the case of Regent Park. So we really want to challenge that through the sign. And the story for the sign is kind of funny because we were walking from school, from U of T, to Regent Park, and we saw these signs because there was a demolition happening, and we were thinking, oh, just construction signs, right? And as we paused, we're like, wait, no. There's other things written on them, like industrialization, shitty pop music, Doug Ford, or apathy. I really like the technological dependence one, and we thought it was hilarious, and we decided to make our own.
I didn't think much of it after. I was like, okay, there's one to do. After a while, I started learning that they
originally started as Regent Park representation, and we started off by looking at different articles and media that had a lot of stigmatizing tones to them. So across 2 weeks we did some walking tours in the neighborhood with Samaya and Taza, and we used the articles to shape what we would take photos of. So with that, we photographed several images of like old buildings, as well as Daniel Spectrum and some amenities.
Well, for me, personally, I think with this project, I really learned how it's very different in terms of theory and reality, because I'm also an immigrant, so I don't really know about Regent Park beforehand. And then after going to this course, I searched a little bit about Regent Park, and a lot of those news articles only shows the bad parts, the crime, how it's dangerous, and only how there's a lot of poverty. But then as I come here, meeting the Regent Park girls, and then going to Regent Park Focus, I know that I feel safe all the time. There's not whatever those crimes and whatever those media articles are saying. So then it really has been a learning experience for me, because then I start to know, I get to compare and contrast what actually is said in like journals and news articles and how in reality that might actually be different.
What motivated me to do this? Well, you know, when you're in university, you take everything from like a very academic standpoint. And like the context of the lives that you're reading about get lost within, you know, this literature. So this was sort of a way to like find a deeper understanding in the realities of people's lives and like how this academic literature portrays like people's embodied experience and like their lived realities, and how that can be different than when you're sitting in a classroom reading about it.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please follow us on our social media platforms and visit our website.